Good day everyone. Today I'll be reviewing the first generation RAV4. I'll give you a full tour of the vehicle. I'll show you around the interior, exterior, as well as the engine bay. So, without further ado, here is the first generation RAV4. The RAV4 is a crossover SUV, which means that it's an SUV based on a car platform. In this case, it's based on the Corolla and the Carina platforms. The RAV4 is actually the first crossover ever released, followed by the popular CR-V. The XA10, also known as the first generation RAV4, was sold between 1994 until the year 2000. It was shipped in either a 5-door or a 3-door version, and came with a 2-liter 4-cylinder gasoline engine, which produced around 127 horsepower. It was also offered in either a 4x4 or a 2x4 version. This RAV4 right here is obviously a 5-door and it's a 4x4. It is not quite stock, as you can probably tell. It has a matte sky blue paint job, 18-inch aftermarket wheels, an aftermarket step bar, a free flow muffler, and a fake hood scoop, which adds approximately 1,000 horsepower. Okay, this is the RAV4's interior. I would say that compared to the CR-V, this looks a bit more dated. The dashboard looks more angular, almost boxy. The RAV4 is a pretty small car on the outside, and it even feels smaller on the inside. It feels like you're driving a subcompact, almost. A lifted subcompact. It is more fuel efficient than the CR-V though, because of its smaller size. The car has an automatic transmission. The shifter is at the transmission tunnel. On the CR-V, it's at the steering column. I can't really say that one setup is better than the other. It depends on your preference. This is an aftermarket voltmeter and an aftermarket head unit. That is not my CD, by the way. Power windows, power door locks, power side mirrors, hazards, rear defrost, and this is for the transmission. If you select power, it will hold on to the gears a little bit longer. I believe these are for the fog lights. Not sure if they work. This is a makeshift armrest. It can be removed. And that's basically it. It's a pretty low-tech vehicle. It's a 90s car, so it doesn't have a lot of high-tech gizmos. It has an aftermarket steering wheel. Okay, so here I am in the back seat of the RAV4. As you can see, my knee room is pretty limited. I'm about 5'8", and the front seat is adjusted to my height. The car has a see-through headrest. I do have plenty of headroom, by the way. Power window controls, door lock, something to hold on to when the driver goes off-roading. There is no way to open the rear door from the inside. You'd have to do it from the outside. The seats are part leather and part velour. This has to be fake leather. And hard plastics all around. Rear space is pretty good compared to a car, but compared to other crossovers, it's quite limited, especially compared to the CR-V. The second row seats can fold down if you need more space. You have storage space here for your tools. Also here. There's no storage space underneath this. just carpet. Okay, this is the RAV4's engine. It is not much to look at. It produces 127 horsepower, which is more than sufficient for a car of this size. Okay, so the only real competitor of the RAV4, the first generation RAV4 in the used market, is the first generation CR-V. In terms of interior space, the CR-V definitely wins hands down. But in terms of fuel efficiency, the RAV4 is better fuel efficiency. In terms of looks, it's all subjective, but I prefer the CR-V's looks. The CR-V looks more angular, while the RAV4 looks more rounded. CR-V is a bigger vehicle. That could be a plus or a minus depending on your lifestyle. A smaller vehicle, if you have limited parking space, you might appreciate a smaller vehicle. Also, even if it is a smaller vehicle, it seats about the same number of people. The CR-V is a 5-seater, and this is also a 5-seater. You just have slightly less legroom and slightly less shoulder room, but unless you're over 6 feet tall, you probably would be okay with this.